Hello, YouTubers, and welcome to my channel. I haven't posted anything on my channel in a while. I did one review that was kind of successful. It was the Viper alarm system, and today I'm reviewing headphones. I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I have a background in tech, and I've always been on the cutting edge. I did home entertainment systems, audio distribution. I was a sound engineer for a local venue for 3 years before starting my own sound business, and we did sound for famous artists, semi-famous, and up and coming. A lot of the artists that I did sound for, I'm not going to go into who they were, but I'm sure you've streamed them before, or you've heard of them on the radio. So one more thing about myself that I think I'm qualified to do these tests and these reviews is you gotta have good ears for this. And at my age, a lot of people start to lose their hearing. I had my ears tested a few weeks back, and I have the ears of a 17 or 18-year-old boy. I can hear down to a half a decibel for most frequencies, and a decibel for the rest. So still, I'm very fortunate to have ears like that. So moving on. My review today is on headsets, specifically noise-canceling headsets. And I'm going to tell you the ones that I reviewed were, there was a Sennheiser. I can't remember the model number offhand, I apologize for that. But the Sennheisers were about $199, and they were in competition for the rest of the ones I'm going to tell you about, which were the Sony WH-1000 MX3, which I'm going to refer to as the MX3 for the rest of the video for purposes of keeping the name short. Bose Quiet Comfort were the other ones. The Quiet Comfort 35 2 noise canceling headphones. The B&O H9i, and the AKG N60 NC. Out of all those, the AKG N60 NC was the headphones that were over the ear, and all the rest of them were were on the ear, and all the rest of them were over the ear. So I'm going to tell you which ones I like the best, and also why I didn't like some of the other ones. Excuse any background noise in this video. It's a really busy day outside of my studio here, and there's a lot going on. In the previous videos I tried to record, I had Alexa come on in the background, just one thing after another. So this is about my 5th attempt today. So moving forward, I'm going to start with the ones I liked the least. And I'm also going to tell you before we get started with that, what I'm looking for. There's a radio show that I go to every Friday. I'm going to give a shout out to them. It's all over the planet. Edgar Wilberry is the main host, and he has a co-host that's on there once in a while, Dylan the Dude, and they also have guest hosts. I was one of their hosts for a couple times. So what we do in the studio is we go there and we listen to the music, and we have a conversation, and we plug in headsets, and we listen to the music through the headset to get that rich experience that you're not going to get with the speakers that they have in the studio. So my sole purpose is to find a headset that when you plug it in, it's going to sound the same as when it's through the Bluetooth. That's what I'm looking for. And where these fall short most of the time are most of these headsets require apps to make them sound good. I want something that's going to sound good because the speaker sounds good, and not because the app can EQ it or change the sound. So starting off, one of the ones I wanted to like the most was the highest priced one, and that's the B&O H9i's. I'm sorry I don't have a pair of those with me today. I do have the Bose Quiet Comforts with me, and of course I have the N60 NCs, which is the AKGs. So I took the other ones back because they just didn't meet my standards. So the most expensive ones was the biggest disappointment for me. The H9i's, B&O H9i's have good build quality. good material, and I like the interface on them. They have a touch interface on the side. You swipe up, that bypasses, it's a pass-through, so you can hear outside sound without taking your headset off. You swipe up again, and it turns the music back on and cancels that. You swipe down, it turns the noise canceling on. Swipe down again, it turns the noise canceling off. Forward was track forward. Slide back was track back, and then volume was a circular motion, like you're turning a wheel to turn the volume up and down. I really liked it. It was, excuse me, I need to get a drink of water here. It's allergy season, and I got a bit of a cold, I think, coming on. So I really liked the build quality, and I really liked the interface. Where it fell short is they were tight on the head, and they were heavy. And where it really fell short, well, plugging it in did not sound as good as having the Bluetooth on. It just didn't, which is really unusual, because usually it's just the opposite. But I think that with the Bluetooth on, it had some enhancement going on there, and you also had the ability to EQ it with the Bluetooth, and you couldn't do that with plugged in. So it fell short on sound quality, and mainly because the highs are really, really harsh, and even with break-in period, they're just too harsh for me. The lows sounded nice and full, not too overpowering. The mids were very good on there. Vocals came through nice. The soundstage you could hear the separation, but the problem with it was the highs were just too harsh for me, and I couldn't listen to it very long because I just couldn't stand it. And I found one of the other Bluetooth speakers that I tried had the same problem with it. So if it could tone down that harshness of the highs, I think I would really enjoy those. Excuse me. The epic fail with those was when I unplugged the cable. Excuse me again, I'm sorry. When I unplugged the cable, what had happened is I went to turn the Bluetooth back on the B&O's H9Is, and nothing came on. Nothing. I had no sound. They wouldn't operate at all. So what I ended up doing is plugging them into the power source, and they came back on again. So I don't know what happened with that. Whatever, if it's the the software inside of it that controls the unit. Whatever happened, it was an epic fail. So for $499, even though I got them for $325, I returned them because for that price and what they claim, not worth it. Okay, moving on. The Sennheisers I'm not going to really talk about because they were kind of gimmicky. They're not bad. The sound quality is pretty decent with them. They're really comparable to the Bose, but the Bose aren't gimmicky at all. And the Sennheisers had the touch thing, and I'm straying away from the touch thing because it doesn't always work properly anyways. So the Sennheisers, they felt kind of cheap to me too. Even though they were light, they felt cheap. So not going to talk a lot about them. Moving to the next one, I really compared the Sony MX3s to the Bose, back and forth. I really wanted to like the Sonys because we were one of the highest rated by customers, by consumers, and I think it's because, well, first, the name's popular. It's a Sony. The app is feature rich, and I think that's what snags everybody, is the fact that the app is feature rich. You've got a lot of adjustment with EQ you can do on there, and I spent some time adjusting the Sonys and was able to get a sound out of them that I liked. But when I plugged them into my phone directly, bypassing the EQ, it just sounds so dull to me and bass heavy. So the bass would overpower anything that was as far as clarity that were coming through, and then the highs were not present, so that just wiped out everything else. It literally sounded like somebody took a cloth and put it over both of the ear cups, and was listening to their cloth. So that's why I don't like the Sonys. If you like bass and you're not going to use them plugged in, um, and you like loudness, they're very loud. I mean, they're louder than probably any other headset I've tried on the market. So, with those three things, if you like that about Sony, you like to have that app, and that's all you're going to use, then yeah, go for it. You know, go for the Sonys. They're comfortable. You can wear them for a long period of time. But for me, did not work. So moving on to the two that I spent some time with the Bose, going back and forth between the Bose and the Sonys. I really wanted to like the Sonys because I like the features in the app. You know, if I like to be able to adjust the noise cancellation, and like everybody else, I like to have options. So the Bose are option limited, but out of the box sound fantastic. They're very, very clean sounding, up to the highest volume, no distortion, and the lows come through almost perfectly. The mid range cuts through the vocals; you can hear the vocals very well, and the highs are nice and clean, not too harsh. So the Bose were the most well-rounded. You know, for that, the noise canceling is really good on them. So that was going to be my choice. So when I decided I liked these better than the Sonys, I eliminated the Sonys, and then I moved on to comparing these two. And you look at me and probably say, well, have you seen reviews on these N60s? They're really bagged on. People really talk bad about them. Not everybody. Some people actually see what they offer. These don't offer any special app that comes with them. No special EQing. And of course, that's, like I said, I'm not looking for that. I want to be able to plug these in right out of the box into my phone, and also listen to them through Bluetooth, and have them sound really good and about the same. So, with that said, the Bose were my second choice, only because, and they actually have a little bit of edge on the sound, as far as they have a little more bass into them. Not much, but they have a little bit more. But I think these are more true to sound right here. They don't have the emphasis on the bass. Everything sounds good. It's a very rich sound stage. And there's no app for this. No app for these. But they do everything that you want them to do without any gimmick. And in comparison, they're smaller. And one of the things that I liked about these is they're not over the ear. They're on the ear. And they have great noise cancellation too for on the ear. You put them on, and I really liked the fact that I could put my sunglasses on and they go over top of these without interfering with the ear cup. With the over the ear, you're going to have interference with the ear cup trying to put sunglasses on. It's going to mess with your noise cancellation. You're not going to get that good seal. So that's one of the reasons I chose these, and the fact that they're a little bit, well, I don't know, they're actually, no, they're real close in weight, but these feel like they're lighter just because their size, they're smaller. And I have to say if they're any bit lighter, it's not by much. Just to say a little bit about the cases. AKG offers it's a material case, not a cloth, but I don't know what material it's really made out, but you know, it's one thing that impressed me about this cloth case is, I'm trying to show you here, it's got a separate pocket here with Velcro, and that allows you to put your cables on one side and Velcro it shut, and put your headphones on the other side and slip in and out without pulling your cables out of the bag. So kudos to AKG for that. These things, they close up fairly easy. You just push down, twist in, boom. Close up nice and small. Slide right in the bag. And boom. The thing about these are they're skinny enough to fit in my jacket pocket. I have a jacket with a deep pocket. Fit in there perfectly. You can carry them around with you, and put them in a book bag. That's what's nice about these. So these were my ultimate choice. The Bose, a little bit bigger, yet they do have a small form factor when they're closed up. Close them down. Left speaker folds in, and this is your footprint here. They have a nice hard case that comes with them, which I do appreciate. And they fit in the case fairly easy. Don't take up any more space than they have to. They've got a little pocket here for the cable, pocket on the back for more stuff, paperwork, cables, whatever. And they feel fairly protected. So I did like the case for the Bose better for protection, but it is a lot thicker. It's almost twice the size of the AKG. One thing worth mentioning, excuse me, my voice, I have allergy problems here. One thing worth mentioning, the Bose are good all the way up to the top volume, but they are not the loudest headphones. So that's another reason I chose the AKG. They sounded just about the same as the Bose as far as quality, up to full volume, and they got a lot louder than the Bose. So smaller headphones, good quality sound, and very loud. So this was my balance of everything right here, other than not having the hard case. But it sacrificed the hard case for the thin factor. So thanks for watching. Leave comments. I apologize for the unprofessionalism of my video. I don't like to spend time editing because it's time I don't have. I'm a very busy person. And I also apologize for my voice not sounding that great today. So when you rate this video, know that I give my honest opinion for everything and not specific to any brand. And I don't sway myself towards any brand because of the name of it or the reputation of it. It's surely based on the quality of the product and what the product is offering. Also, I record this on my iPad, so when I'm looking at the iPad, I'm looking into the screen and not at the camera most of the time. So it's something I've got to try to get used to doing. I'm trying to monitor myself on the camera, and by doing that, my eyes sway to the camera, not the to the monitor, not the camera. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you think, and let me know what your choice is too.